Allison.
Hi.
Allison is going to be one of 32 authors at the Spring Book Bash at the end of April in downtown Greer at the adorable Randall House.
That's so exciting. I can't wait.
It's going to be really exciting. With the 32 authors, we've got, I believe, 8 states represented and
Ooh.
around 50 different genres. And I think it's around 130-ish book titles. So we've got
Wow. It's going to be so much fun.
yes. And so tell us about the books that you're going to be bringing with you to the event.
Oh my gosh. So the biggest excitement for me is that I have a book launching a month before the event. I have a new book that comes out March 24th, and I actually just got the proof in, so you get to see it. This is, let me try and not get the glare. There we go. This is Chosen. It's so hard. We were just talking about camera, lights and everything, so let me try and not get the glare. This is what happens when you choose a glossy cover over a matte cover. But so this is Chosen. I was like, yep, nope, getting the glare. Okay, we'll go back this way. And so this is going to be my brand new novel. It will be fresh off the presses. This is my proof copy, so I'm super, super excited about it. It is a retelling of the story of Esther. So it's kind of Bachelor-esque. You've got several girls vying for the hand of the king. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that. This is my 7th full-length novel, and so I'll have this one along with all of my other titles available.
Oh, so do you have any of the other titles with you?
There's a shelf behind me. Wait, over here. There's a shelf behind me that's full of them. But I do have these two in front of me. This is Belle of the Night, which is this is my favorite. This is my favorite book baby. Totally admit to playing favorites. This is about a prostitute who falls in love with a preacher in 1915 New Orleans. There was a legal red light district in New Orleans called Storyville at that time, around the time of World War I. And it was called Storyville. And so this was about this actual, the cover image is actually the actual prostitute from Storyville at that time. So, and this was the inspiration for the entire book, was this poor girl. And I absolutely fell in love with her, and I wanted to know her story, and it's not something that we'll ever actually know. She is a nameless face. So I decided I would tell her story. And it was such a privilege to be able to make it up in my head, but to give her, it's totally made up, but it's giving a voice to someone who did not have one. Yeah. And so I think that's really important. And then I also, so those are both some of my Christian fiction titles. I also write sweet romance, and so I've got Two Princes here. And Two Princes is a sweet romance love triangle that heavily features our furry friends. So lots of furry friends in this one as well. Lots of dogs and cats, and a lovely little animal rescue. And it's just a really sweet story. Now, of course, these two do not take place in South Carolina, but most of my books do take place in South Carolina. This one actually takes place in Greenville. So this is a Greenville local one. I've also got books that take place in Clemson, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Columbia. So I really do try to represent the South in my stories. I'm an Appalachian writer, and I'm proud of it.
So the other two books are Christian fiction, and then you've got the sweet romance.
Yes.
So is clean and family friendly.
Everything is clean. Everything is family friendly. But I don't shy away from hard topics, like talking about Belle of the Night. She's an active prostitute. She's active prostitute during the course of the book. But you don't see anything. There's nothing no on-page swearing, no on-page explicit scenery or anything. So it's all clean. So it tackles really hard topics. I with all my books, I tackle hard topics from sexual assault to war to teen pregnancy, but it's all done in a environment free from cursing and gratuitous scenes. So
I think that's important is to have that available because you always hear about the torrid romances and the ones where there's like the dark and the explicit, and it's like it's just nice to have something that is sweet and you can read it and you don't have to worry about that being
yeah, yeah. I go to a lot of I've gone to a lot of events that are very full of the romantasy writers and the spicy romance writers, and that's great and fine. I will read those if you put one in front of me. I have no problem with reading it. Um, these authors, especially in an indie author community, they are my friends, and I want to support them by reading their books. Um, but I go to these events and I'm surrounded with spice all over the place, and but I will often tell them like, hey, do you need a book for your mom? Here you go.
I love it.
I've got the book for you. Can show your mom this book and go, look, mom, I bought good, clean reading. Or you know what, like your 14-year-old could read this and not have to worry about it. Even with the books that have really hard topics in them, they're not going to have anything in there that would be necessarily objectionable. There's nothing on page that you would object to. So while they do tackle some really hard subjects, they're fine for your teenager to read, and they're fine for your 65-year-old mama to read too. Either way, and everyone in between. So I do try to make sure that it's something that everyone can read.
So what got you going down that path of the Christian fiction, the clean romance? What?
At that time, that was mostly what I was reading, and it's what made sense to me at the time. I started writing Christian fiction to begin with. I kind of wanted to branch out without having to use a pen name. So that's when I started doing the sweet romance because I figured I didn't have to worry about a different name while writing something a little bit different. So the sweet romance, they might characters might go to church or something, but it's not a Christian fiction book. So they're just sweet, happy ever after or happy for now endings. So, but that's what I was reading at the time. I'm very, very hugely inspired by Liz Curtis Higgs. If you have anyone who reads Christian romance, they will know that name, especially from 20 years ago. I was huge fan of hers. She was really my inspiration. She was so sweet. I emailed her about 20 years ago, and she emailed me back and said, yeah, if I can write a book, so can you.
Oh, so awesome.
It was amazing, and she was the absolute best. And so she said if she could do it, so could I. And I was like, okie dokie. And I was a reporter for a newspaper at the time. You can tell I'm dating myself because it was an actual newspaper.
Not a blog.
But I was a reporter for an actual newspaper, and I was sent out to police standoffs and hostage situations.
Ooh.
And it was, or if it wasn't that, it was county council meetings, which are the driest, most boring thing on earth.
I was going to say, high action too.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. So I decided to start writing fiction as an escape, and I wanted to write something happy and uplifting in a world that did not have a whole lot of happy and uplifting. So,
and I think that's important to have that, and that's part of why I do such a variety of genres at our events, is so that there's that variety. So some people can, if they want to go for spice, we have spice. If they want to go for clean, we've got clean. It really is that's why I love the variety of authors that we have attending.
And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that, because I do go to all these events and it's nothing but spicy writers. And again, that is great. And I support those friends of mine who write that. But I went to something last year in Tennessee, and it was billed as a literary event, but it was nothing but spicy writers. And then me and this poor old man who was like a Vietnam veteran who had written like his memoir, and he was such a fish out of water. I felt so bad for him. But so I really appreciate, because there are other genres, there's, and I also am, in addition to being an author, I am an editor and a coach, a fiction coach. And right now I've got a client who has written paranormal horror.
Ooh.
And it's not my thing. It's not what I write, but I edit it. But yeah, like that book wouldn't fit in with that either, when it's all romance. And again, those are wonderful events. I've made the most amazing friends at these things, but I love an event that's open to all genres. So thank you for doing that.
I am so glad. And, I love having events that, you can go to and you're focused on whatever genre it is. But it's like, we also, for me personally, I love variety.
Yes.
And that's how we came to have such a variety of, plus it brings in such a variety of people. And you never know who's going to like your book.
Right. Yeah, no, that's so true. I am a firm believer that there's room on the bookshelf for every book. And if someone doesn't like it, oh well, it's not like you only have one book. Who has just one book? It's like a can of Pringles. You can't have just one.
Right.
So you fill up your shelf and you can read everything and anything. So that's the best thing. Again, the book world, the author world, for me, is the most supportive and encouraging group of people I have ever met in my life.
I have to agree there. You said that you're an editor?
I am.
So your day job is editing everybody else's work?
Yes. So words are my career. Okay. In addition to being an author, so I've got Chosen will be my 7th full-length novel, but I also have I think 7 novellas that are also out solely on Kindle Unlimited, and they are the like super cheesy mail order bride type of thing. But they're so much fun. I've really enjoyed writing those. They've been a blast. So I've got those, and then I edit. So I'm a certified fiction coach. So I help people who want to write the next great American novel. I've got a client right now who's writing a memoir. I've had clients who've written some spicy romance, clients who've written thrillers. And then I also edit as well. So edit anything from fiction and nonfiction. I said I'm working on a paranormal horror right now, and I've done some middle grade books and some other romance books, and it's the best. So that is what I do full time. And I'm a mom of 4. And I'm also a substitute teacher. I do everything.
So what subject do you substitute teach for?
All of them. All subjects, all grades, kindergarten all the way through high school. All the subjects. All their work is on a Chromebook now. So if the teacher's not there, it's literally their assignment is just get on their Chromebook and do the work. Guess what I do all day? I read all day long. That's all I do. So make sure no one's bleeding to death, and and that they're somewhat quiet, and otherwise all their work is on a computer. So it's
different compared to what used to be.
Yeah. I mean, they can get sometimes they can get a little crazy at the end of the day or something, but I really love these kids. 2 of my kids have graduated. I have one in 5th grade and one in 7th grade still. And I love working with these kids. They are so much fun. And And so that it's just a way for me to do something that brings in a little bit of money, because anyone can tell you that even with all of the books in the world, if you're an indie author, you're not bringing home $100,000 a year. You're not bringing home $50,000 a year. You know, I'm happy if I make $1,000 in a year. So yeah, it's a good way to supplement with what the other stuff that I do.
So you mentioned that your one book has the pets in it, all kinds of
Yes.
pets. What kind of pets do you have?
I have one dog. She is a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix. And if a squirrel makes a noise outside, you will hear her because she's asleep behind me right now. We also have 3 long-haired cats they are my babies. I fully admit that even though the book heavily features dogs, I am more of a cat person. So we've got 3 long-haired cats, and then we do have a turtle, and we have 7 chickens. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a menagerie. It's a menagerie. It took me 10 years to wear my husband down into letting me have chickens, but I love my chickens. He thought it was going to be like a fad that I got over in a couple of months, and it's been 3 years, about 3 years, and they are my babies. So.
Oh wow. So back to your writing. What is your process? Are you a passionate plotter? Are you a pantser, or somewhere in between?
I am a pantser. Don't tell anybody, it's a big secret. As a coach, I fully encourage everyone to plot. But when it comes to my writing, I can't. I've tried to plot books, and it doesn't work. The people in these books have a mind of their own.
Mm-hmm.
I often say that I don't write the story. They tell me the words, and I just type them out, because I don't make it up. They make it up. Mm-hmm. They will tell me that that's not their name, or that's not what they're going to do. They're like, no, I'm not doing that, Allison. No. So I've got to go back and change it. So I'm definitely a pantser, and I am a very organized person. I don't do well with chaos, but my characters apparently do.
So what can we see from you in the future? Is there more? Do you plan on trying any other genres?
Oh my gosh. So, like I said, Chosen comes out next month, or whenever, I don't know when this will be airing, but this will come out March 24th, and that's super exciting. And then I do have a trilogy that I've halfway finished. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I got the first one done. It's a matter of finishing the second one and writing the third one. And those are historical fiction. Ooh. And they are, again, South Carolina based, and they will be a historical fiction. Hopefully, family saga trilogy. Okay. So that's hopefully coming up in the near future. And then I am dabbling with a pen name and writing some magical realism. Oh. So that's also down the road with, I've got so much free time to do that.
I can tell.
Between 4 kids and substitute teaching and coaching and editing and the other books that I've got and whatnot, all this free time that I have. So that's something that I'm hoping to dabble in as the year progresses. So that's where I'm hoping to head in the maybe not so distant future.
Okay. So do you have any actual spare time, and what do you do with it? I know.
That's so funny. I really like words. Words are what I do. And if I have spare time, I I decided I had spare time a couple years ago, so I created a writer's retreat just for funsies. So that's what I do. A lot of I like to craft when I can, and a lot of that looks like me turning pages of old ruined books, turning them into craft. I love to do that. We did. I don't have them right in front of me, but like for Christmas, we did a really fun Christmas craft with a group, and using strips of old books that were destined for a landfill, but turning them into using like doing like quilling kind of stuff where you roll them up real tight, and putting them in ornaments. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, really, I don't. Free time is a bad word in my world. I am too. If I have time, I'm coming up with something to do. So
Awesome. Well, I cannot wait to meet you in person and see you at the end of April. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have a ton of fun. There's also going to be a non-alcoholic beverage bar and a pancake vendor.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I love mini pancakes.
Well, I love that there's going to be an event in upstate South Carolina because this is my home. This is where I love to be. And I so appreciate you and everyone else on your team who's putting it together and helping us have some wonderful book events in the area.
Well, I am so excited. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and I will see you at the end of April.
All right, good. Can't wait.